Good evening, everybody. Rose Thorne here. So today I'm doing a different kind of video for my channel. After this video is done, I promise that we'll go back to the foodie beauty content and me doing reacts to her. But today I want to do a video addressing Miss Hussy. So for those who are not aware, Miss Hussy did a live stream recently where he was going off about DC Media Girl, but he also talked about me. He said some very disgusting things about me. So I feel because he did that, it is justified that I make this video because if somebody is coming for you, then that gives you full right to respond to them. And so I am responding to the things that Hussy has said about me in that stream and also things that have happened with Hussy. So before I get into that, I would like to show you guys some interesting screenshots directly from his Twitter and just stuff that I pulled off his Twitter. So let me just go ahead and share the screen real quick. Okay, one moment, please. So there's my second monitor. So let's start with screenshot number one. The screenshot says, having a blast with Emily at the duplex with taxpayers' money. Now, in the past, Hussy has done GoFundMes. The first GoFundMe that he did, he said he needed a new computer. He went to his viewers on his channel when he did have a monetized channel, and he said that he needed the new computer because he wanted to do better content for his viewers. Fair enough. You feel that you needed a computer for that, although honestly you don't need one because there are plenty of content creators that use their phones to make content and the content is just fine. But if you feel you need a new computer for that, so be it. So he went to his viewers and he set up a GoFundMe for an Apple iMac. And within a matter of days, he got the Apple iMac. The unfortunate thing is he did not follow through with his promises to make edited, awesome videos for his viewers. So because of that, I feel that he scammed people. He got his end of the bargain. He got the computer, but he did not follow through with his promise to do amazing content for his viewers. He got a computer, and the viewers essentially did not get what they were promised. And that screenshot is him just saying partying with Emily with taxpayers' money. Isn't it funny that he did some GoFundMes and he told everybody that he needed it for bills and rent? He did not need that for bills and rent. He's been living in the same place for many, many years, and his bills and rent were fine before YouTube. He wasn't like a situation where he just moved in and therefore he had to pay the rent. His bills and rent were fine before YouTube. So how can they be a problem after being on YouTube? So next screenshot. Okay, I brought this up for a reason because he was basically, this tweet is in reference to Damn It Shane. And he was also putting down people who work at fast food restaurants. So the tweet says, LMAO, Silicone's last tweets are about me. Thanks for the attention, buddy. Stay uninteresting, talentless, and don't quit your day job working at Mickey D's or BK. So, you know, he is throwing shade at Damn It Shane for being trans. And also he's throwing shade at people who happen to work at fast food restaurants. I find it interesting that somebody who does not work at all is throwing shade at anybody who might have a job. Something I feel is very inappropriate. Next screenshot. So here's another tweet also on his Twitter where he's saying Kaya Simon's life is hungry for D. Higgins money. Kaya Simon's life, she is a wonderful person. She's very hardworking. She works very hard on her channel. Plus, on top of that, she has a job and she takes care of her grandmother. She's a very hardworking, independent person. But here's Hussy throwing shade at Kaya and saying that she's greedy for D. Higgins' money, which Kaya has never been greedy for anybody's money. She's a very hardworking person. She works for what she needs and what she wants. Now, let me just go ahead and stop sharing the screen. Okay, back to me. So those are the screenshots I wanted to share with you guys. And there's a reason beyond the screenshots, why I'm doing this at this video. Because in the past, many times, Hussy has talked about me being a cam girl and the fact that I'm a dumpster diver. He's tried to use both of those things, which he learned during his time being friends with me. At the time that we were friends, these things were not a problem. He never said anything negative about those things. Those things only became negative when he decided to flip on everybody, including myself. So trying to turn those two things into something shameful. I would like to get everybody know that, yes, I am a dumpster diver. I have been for years. It's something that I do to get the things that I need, or at least some of the things that I need. And I do pretty well with it. And I'm not ashamed to do that because my dumpster diving is something that hurts no one. It doesn't hurt anybody. And as far as me being a cam girl, Hussy, there's nothing shameful about that either. There are lots of people in the adult industry who are dancers, who are cam girls. They make their living, and by doing so, they pay their own bills, they pay their own rent, they keep the lights on, and I'm also in that group. The money that I use from that, I use that to pay my rent, pay my bills, and that is not a bad thing. And even though you want to turn it into a bad thing by doing live stream after live stream and describing it in such disgusting ways, it doesn't make it shameful. It just doesn't. For those who might be interested, as far as me being a cam girl, listen, and I'm going to put this out there in front of everybody. I am a cam girl. That's what I do off of YouTube. When I'm on my YouTube channel, I don't present myself in any way sleazy or disgusting. I never have. I never will. What I do off of YouTube is what I do off of YouTube. I keep it away from YouTube. The focus of my channel is something entirely different. But what I do with camming, it's what simply keeps me going and keeps the bills paid. And Hussy doesn't work. And in my opinion, someone who doesn't have a job has no business talking about somebody who does. I mean, if you don't have a job, you have no leg to stand on whatsoever. You have no leg to stand on. I make my living and I take care of myself. What's so bad about that? Also, I am working on several different projects on YouTube and off to get out of that world. I've been working on it for a while. So my time doing that is coming to a close. I'm waiting on a part for my computer to upgrade it. I'm going to be doing 2 other channels. I'm going to have one separate channel for the ambiance videos, one for the gaming content. I'm going to make everything separate, and also working on other projects off of YouTube. So I'm not going to be in that world much longer. But in the meantime, I am, because it's just simply how I survive. So I have a list of things that I've never done that Hussy has done on camera quite frequently. Let's see. First thing, I have never turned on my friends for profit. Never once have I done that. I've never turned on my friends for profit or attention. That is something that Hussy has done. He was part of the Hater Nation, and he came onto the scene doing videos about Foodie Beauty. Unfortunately, because he went way too far with his language, Foodie was able to have his channel taken away from him. But even when that happened, those people who are in the Hater Nation, when he got his second channel, they rallied around him. All of us that were in Hater Nation, we got on our Twitters, we got on our YouTube channels, and we let people know where to find him. So he got pretty much all of his subscribers back within just a matter of days because of that. Also, on top of that, those people that he made all kinds of hateful live streams about and videos about, those are the same people that once upon a time, when Hussy needed advice about something, about computers, about his channel, whatnot, he could go to those people and ask their advice, and they would freely give it. And they often gave it. And for a long time, that was the deal. Also, he could go into their chat rooms and to promote himself and talk to people. So again, all those people gathered around him and helped him to the best of their ability. We couldn't do the work for him to make his channel a success, but we still did what we could to help him. So, he benefited being part of Hater Nation for quite a while. And then he decided that he didn't want to be part of Hater Nation. He wanted to do different content, which is fine. You're a content creator. You can do whatever content you like. But rather than do content about other things, such as him living in New York and doing things, what he decided to do was turn on every single person he was friends with, every single individual. And he did that for the purpose of putting somebody's name in the title to get money, to get views, to get super chats. He turned on everybody. And that's something that I've never done, Hussy. And all the time that I've been on YouTube, I have never turned on my friends. And I would never. Because when I give somebody my friendship, I also give you my loyalty. I was loyal to you. I was friends with you. And I tried to help you. Something that nobody knows. There were a lot of times when I would be talking to Hussy, and I can't tell you how many times that he'd want to go off in a live stream, and I would be on the phone talking him away from the ledge and trying to talk some sense into him. Yeah, I did that. I did that. Also, when the negative nation was coming for Hussy, I was the one going to bat for him. And I was taking a lot of crap for it from the negative nation. They were ridiculing me left and right. But I did that because we were friends and because I cared about him, and I hated seeing people going for him. I took a lot of crap for knowing Hussy. I really did. So yeah, I never turned on my friends for profit. I have my channel, I make my content, and whatever I make off of my channel, I make, but I would never even consider the idea of flipping on all the people that I care about and that I talk to for the sake of a little bit of attention and a little bit of money. So next thing, I never did GoFundMe's for a computer or to pay my bills and rent. So Hussy is over there and he's making a big deal about me being a cam girl and also a dumpster diver. But in the time that I've been on YouTube, I have had zero, and I mean zero, GoFundMe's. Everything that I get from my channel, I pay for. All my bills and rent, I pay for. I don't expect other people to pony up their money for what I need and what I want. I will provide that for myself. I feel that if you're a YouTuber and you need something for your channel, the right way to go about it is to pay for it yourself. If it matters to you, you'll pay for it yourself. You'll save up money, you'll work, you'll do what you have to do to pay for it. You won't expect other people to pay for it. He did the GoFundMe. He got the Apple iMac, and he got that Apple iMac on the condition, on the spoken promise, that when he got it, he would give edited videos. That was the promise that he made to everybody. I'll do great edited videos for you guys, and that'll be my way of saying thank you for giving me this computer. I think that doing some edited videos in exchange for a nice computer, that's not a lot to ask, but he didn't even come through with that. And here's the shameful thing. Right now, as I'm making this video, I am on a $400 computer that I can't do gaming content on. But still, with this $400 computer, I learned how to do StreamYard, and I learned how to do OBS, and I've done lots of edited content. Those of you that are on my channel, you've seen all the ambiance videos that I put together. That's edited content. I learned how to do editing by watching tutorials, by experimenting, but I learned everything myself. And isn't it strange that Hussy has a much more expensive computer than I do, and he's not done any of the stuff that I've done. So yeah, he did the GoFundMe for the computer, got the computer, has never really utilized it the way that he could. He could easily go through New York and film all kinds of footage and then download it to his computer and then put it together into really great videos. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to sit at home and make all kinds of drama videos, yelling and screaming about people. That's his content. That's what he wants to do. But he could have done better, and he chose not to do better by his choice. Also, after the GoFundMe for the PC, for the Apple iMac, he did GoFundMe saying that he needed money for bills and rent because his channel was demonetized. Here's the thing. His bills and his rent are taken care of. they were taken care of before YouTube? How is it that you can have your bills and rent taken care of before YouTube, and then all of a sudden say you need help with bills and rent, Hussy, when you were fine before YouTube? The YouTube money and now the Twitch money, it's just extra play money. You don't really need that. I'm not here pocket watching you. I'm just saying. Also, something interesting. When your channel got demonetized, I went to Social Blade to see what your income was because I was curious about how much you were making. And Social Blade said at the time when you were demonetized that you were making between $0 and $200 a month, which means you weren't making much on your channel. So you're living in a nice apartment and everything. And if you're only getting max, say, $200 a month per Social Blade, how is it that you were in need of so much money for your bills and rent? I'm just curious. Also, when you did the GoFundMe saying you needed money for bills and rent, how is it, sir, that you showed yourself live stream after live stream? You talked about buying new wigs. You also showed yourself bar hopping in New York, which is very expensive, very, very expensive. I find it interesting that somebody who is saying that they need money for necessities shows themselves showing themselves spending money on things that are not necessities. If you're someone and you're needing money for necessities, shouldn't the money go there first? Yeah, I think so. I really think so. So I've never done that. I've never done a GoFundMe for my bills and rent. I never will. GoFundMe is something that's needed for emergencies, and you were using GoFundMe as a tip system to get extra tips. On top of that, you're also giving people your PayPal, your Venmo, and your Cash App. So people were tipping both ways, and the money on the GoFundMe could be tracked, but who knows how much you got through the other ways because that cannot be counted. So when you got demonetized, you were actually making more money that way than you were when you were monetized on YouTube. You were cleaning up. So next thing I never did. Let's see. I never came on camera and I talked about disgusting things. Nope, never did that. Never did that. Now I will say that when I started my channel on YouTube, at the time, I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And because I'm in the adult industry, because I am a cam girl, I talked a lot about in different videos about giving advice to strippers and other cam girls. There were a lot of videos with that. And then once I decided to, streamline the content of my channel, I took all of that content off because I wanted to focus on other things like the ambiance, like the foodie beauty content and so forth. I took everything off that I thought might conflict. So yes, I did content talking about stripping and also what it is to be a cam girl. And that was in the beginning of my channel. When you have a YouTube channel, you are free to change up the content, do different content. It's all under your discretion. But I never came on camera talking about sexual encounters and describing it in very vulgar, disgusting ways. And I've never come on camera drunk and intoxicated and being sloppy. I've never presented myself in any way sleazy. I don't dress inappropriately. I don't act inappropriately because it just would not wash on YouTube. That's not who I am. What I do for a living is not who I am. It's just what I do to keep the lights on and to keep the bills paid. And there's nothing wrong with that. As I said, there's nothing wrong with having any job. The world is hard right now. The vid is still going on. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are unemployed. A lot of people have lost their homes. So any job is a good job, even if it's a job that's completely unusual and it's maybe something that's not well understood. And certainly camming would fall under that. I'm not asking anybody out there to be okay with camming, but just understand that's the reason why I do it. And like I said, I am working my way out of it and I'm working very hard on that. Let's see. I never scream to make a point. Hussy likes to scream a lot, doesn't he? Yes, he does. Whenever he comes on camera, he's yelling, he's screaming, he's shouting. Hussy, you're in your late 40s. I'm 51 years old. I'm a little bit older than you. But if you come on camera and you got a point to make, if you're yelling and screaming, whatever point you're trying to make is going to get lost. People who yell and scream, usually it's because they really don't have a point to make. Or they're yelling and screaming because they don't want whoever it is that they're yelling and screaming at to talk back, to give their point of view. They don't want a chance losing an argument. You know, you're trying to overpower the conversation and trying to get the upper hand by the yelling and screaming. All the yelling and screaming is doing is making you look foolish. You got a temper. Everybody knows that. You like to scream. Everybody knows that. You got a point to make. Just talk softly and make a point, or talk in a normal tone of voice. I'm sitting here making my points. I'm not yelling and screaming. I don't have to. I can just sit here and make this video and make my points, and people might listen. Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I work for my money. Uh, Hussy wants to try to humiliate me for the way I work and make my money. He can try. He can certainly try to use that to humiliate and embarrass me. I'm not embarrassed. And I certainly hope that everybody on my channel that's a subscriber, you won't hold the fact that I'm a cam girl against me. A little something about me you guys may or may not know. I've been in the industry for over 20 years, okay? And how I got involved in the industry was because of an abusive ex. He got me introduced to it, and I just became a part of it. And after our relationship ended and I walked out with literally the clothes on my back, I stayed in the industry. And why did I do that? Because a regular job, when you're a single person, will not cover all of the bills, and it won't pay the rent. You know, rent's just too high. Even if I ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I still would not be able to cover everything by myself. I would still need a second job on top of the first job. So by being in the industry, I'm able to make enough to support myself, to pay the rent, to pay the bills. I'm grateful to have that job. Like I said, there's lots of other people that have the same job. There are people on YouTube that at one time or another, they were adult entertainers themselves. Kaya Simon's life, she's talked about this openly. She mentioned in her day that she was a stripper. Nothing wrong with that. There are other people that have done it. And again, what you do for a living is not who you are. It's just how you support yourself. It's just how you pay the bills. There's nothing wrong there. But you want to shame me for work, Hussy? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You can try. It's not going to work. You've been trying to embarrass me and humiliate me into silence for months with that. It's not working, sir. It's really not working. You've been trying and trying, and even though I've not said much about you, you still keep coming at me with that. You still keep putting my name in your mouth. You still keep bringing that up. You're trying to paint this toxic, dark narrative of it. If anybody has a problem with who I am and what I do on or off YouTube, I encourage anyone to get in my DMs on Twitter and ask questions or send me an email. I'll be very happy to talk to you in private and explain something. If you think something looks weird or strange or odd, I'll be very happy to talk to you. You know, I am one of those people you could have a conversation with. So let's see. Oh, another thing I haven't done, I was never a VIB. I've never been a VIB in Foodie Beauty's chat, but that's something that Hussy is. He's a VIB even now. He's been a VIB for months. That's right. This person who had a channel, started on YouTube, going after Foodie Beauty, did videos on her to the point where she had his channel taken away. Then he made another channel talking about her. For months, he's been a VIB in her chat and supporting her and giving her super chats under the name Sophia Maserati. Sophia is his cat's name. Maserati, I guess that's the name of his favorite car. But he's been a VIB in her chat for a long time. And so he flip-flopped. You know, on one side, bashing Foodie, on the other side, secretly supporting her. Yeah. He did. He does. He just, the one constant about Hussy is that he flip-flops. You know, he's somebody, he doesn't know how to be alone. He's got to belong somewhere, in some group. First, he was part of the hater nation, and then he went over to the negative nation, and now he's over in Foodie's chat. So he's always bouncing around between different communities, and you know, it's pretty sickening. It's angry people always end up alone for a reason. You know, they go into a group, they're okay with the group for a while, then they burn bridges, and then they float over to another group and just trying to look for a place to belong. Hussy has a bad temper, and he's always needing a target for his rage. So he'll be part of a group, make friends with people, maybe talk to people offline, be friends with you. He might find out personal things about you and then turn around when he's mad at you and then try to use those same things that you told him in confidence as ammunition to try to embarrass or humiliate you. Case in point, the things he said about D. Higgins. The things he said about D. Higgins. D. Higgins is someone that she doesn't have a channel. She doesn't produce content. And yet, Hussy went after her. He went after her pretty hard. And even to this day, he still talks about her. Even though, as I said, D doesn't have a channel, doesn't do content. He uses the fact that he's got 2 platforms now to still talk about this woman, to still talk about her. He goes on her Twitter, he goes wherever she is in whatever chat room, and he monitors her every move. For what purpose? Don't know. Just to be a jerk? Don't know. But he's always pocket watching D. Higgins, see where she's going, who she's talking to. He uses the fact that he's got that platform of his because D doesn't have a platform of her own to speak up for herself. The only way she can speak up for herself is on her Twitter and to go in other people's chats. I've got a platform and I can make a video, and so I am. Let's see. But yeah, he was a VIB. He's still a VIB. He's over there in Foodie's chat, supporting her. 1 minute talking bad about her. The next minute saying, oh, I'm not comfortable doing foodie beauty content, which you're free to do, Hussy. You're free to change up your content. You're free to do what you want, sir. Nothing wrong with that. But you went from talking about foodie beauty to flipping on everybody in the community that you were friends with. Why? Because you needed a target for your rage. And if it's not foodie, it's got to be somebody. So let's just flip the script on all the people that I talk to because they're known in the community, because they have a name in the community. Let's just use their names in the titles to get attention. Not because they did anything wrong to you, but because you needed someone to rage at. That's the Miss Hussy character to the T. You need someone to rage at. You need a target for your rage. And I want to be clear, everybody, when he's going off the way that he does, all the things you're hearing from him, that's him talking. That's him talking. All those hateful things are coming from him, not from a character, not from a persona that he's putting on at the moment, but they're from him. That's how he really feels. That's the real Ken slipping through the mask and the glasses. You're seeing the real him. But he's got to have a target. He doesn't know how to do content that has nothing to do with going off on somebody. He could. He's got the tools. He's got the time. He's got the environment. He chooses to go off on people, even people that were friends at one point. So let's see. Another thing I'd like to address. So Hussy has made the claim that the people in the Hater Nation, that we made him do content on Foodie. Can I just say to everybody how ridiculous that claim is? Absolutely ridiculous. Let's apply a little logic and reason here to this situation. All of the content creators, we all live in different places. Yes, yes, we do. We all live in different locations. So how can anybody force him to do any kind of content? Is anybody going to stand behind him and force him? No. Nobody forced him to do content of Foodie or anybody else. The content is at his discretion. He chose to do that content. And when he chose to not do it, again, his choice. But nobody forced him to do any kind of content. There was no pressuring here. Nobody was messaging him saying, well, you better do foodie content or else. Never happened. Never happened at all, period. So if he's saying, oh, we forced him to do content, absolutely impossible. We all live in different places. No way we could, even if we wanted to, which we don't. But we didn't force him to do anything. Everything that he has done from the beginning of his time on YouTube till now has been by his own personal choice. He made the choice to say things, do things. He started off in a place having a monetized channel, and because of his own actions and his own words, he lost that channel. He lost the last several channels that he did, and now he's on Twitch. And why is he on Twitch? Because he dipped his hands in the YouTube well until it ran bone dry, had to run to Twitch to make money. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. If he could still make money on YouTube, he'd be doing more videos on YouTube. But the only way he can make money on YouTube now is by passing along his PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App links, and people send him money. So he's on Twitch because it's a monetized platform. Also, one thing I'd like to show everybody. So Hussy has said that he's going to expose me. Hasn't he said that? He seems to have a habit of saying that this person did this and this person did that. And he's come forward and said, oh, Dee Higgins has paid for a rent in rooms and you know, she knows dangerous people, etc., etc. I said in my last video about Hussy, where's the proof? Do you have any proof? Where are the screenshots? Can you please show us some screenshots? Because I'd like to see them if it's true. Where are the screenshots? Where's anything to back up what you're saying? He likes to put these accusations out there and spin his own narrative, but he never shows any proof, does he? Well, he said that he will expose me. He said that he's going to expose me and I guess things that we've said. Hold on. I want to show you guys something. All right. So I'm pulling up my phone. And I'm just going to expose all the messages that we've done back and forth. Full disclosure here, full transparency. Okay? So here's my phone. All right? So you guys can see. So, you know, these are all just whatever messages. You want to get a dresser, okay, for his house to organize his wigs. That's okay. You know, like get yourself organized. Oh, oops. Sorry, it skipped. But there's absolutely nothing here to expose. There's nothing here. Sorry, I skipped backwards. Let me go back. There's a lot here. Sorry. All right. Oh, oops. I guess there's more. Going all the way back. But there's nothing here. There's nothing here. Nothing here, Ken. Nothing here. His first message to me was December 30th of 2020. Okay? All right, trying to call you back. Him talking about Chantal. Him asking me if I'm up. All right. Him talking about the GoFundMe because Chantal wanted to go after him and he was concerned about the legal costs and want to get that covered. And the Negative Nation was giving him crap about that. And I was still defending him. So there's more stuff. More stuff. Just whatever stuff here. My picture. Okay, stuff about hats. There we go. All right, let's see what else we have here. Okay, more stuff. There's really nothing. Man, I guess I got to go backwards. This doggone thing. Call you right back. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. No hateful messages. Nothing here. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing here. Y'all are looking. There's nothing here. There's no messages of me being hateful to Hussy or me being angry back. I'm not shit talking anybody. Full disclosure here. So you want to expose me, Hussy? You're going to expose me? What exactly are you going to expose me for? I really want to know. Expose me for what? For being a good friend to you all that time and sticking up for you when the negative nation was giving you crap? And I did get crap. I did get crap. I got crap for you, sticking up for you. I got ridiculed for sticking up for you. I had people that were on my channel that because you and I were friends, they were like, I'm going to unsubscribe because I don't like Hussy. And my friendship with you at the time mattered more to me. That if people wanted to make that decision, that was their decision. If they felt a certain kind of way, they felt it. What could I do to change their mind? Absolutely nothing. But I cared about you as a friend. I did. In the time that we were friends, I talked to you frequently on the phone and I gave you good sound advice. And when you needed help with your computer, when you were having trouble with OBS, I spent 2 hours on the phone trying to help you set it up. We got it 3/4 of the way there, but you did not watch a tutorial and figure the rest of it out. When the negative nation was coming for you, I went to bat for you. I did. I did. And even when you started dragging me, I didn't say anything, did I? No, I kept my mouth shut. Out of respect for the friendship that I had with you, I kept my mouth shut. For the laughter that you brought into my life, I kept my mouth shut. But then you went off on me. And even then, I kept my mouth shut until I did a community post. And even then, it wasn't that bad. I just let people know we weren't talking. And you continue to drag me, saying disgusting things about me, saying disgusting things about other people. So who is a friend to who? The way I behaved the entire time that I talked to you, even after we stopped talking, showed that I gave you friendship. The way that you behaved afterward showed that you weren't a friend to me. I don't think you know what friendship and loyalty means. I think what you call friendship is transactional. You're a lot like Foodie that way. Everything that she does with people is transactional. You're the same way. It's all transactional. But let those who are friends with you figure that out on their own. I got nothing to say about it. Let them get that life lesson. I'm not here to teach them. But I've kept my mouth shut long enough, and it's time to open it. I'm not a person who runs my mouth all the time like you. I stay quiet until it's time to say something. And when I say something, I don't scream. I don't have to. I can talk in a normal tone and I can get my point across and then leave it alone. So, you want to try to shame me for being a cam girl and a dumpster diver? That's what you want to do? Not working. I'm a cam girl. That's what I do off YouTube. I hope that my audience understands. They don't hold that against me. If you do, I'm sorry that you do. Uh, it's my job. It's how I pay my bills. It's how I pay my rent. I'm not asking anybody to come forward and pay for anything for me. Uh, it's just how I make my living. But I don't bring it on YouTube and put it in people's faces. I just do what I do. Uh, my content here on my YouTube channel is completely different, so I keep it that way. I separate the two worlds, and I keep them separate for a reason. Just because I do doesn't mean that I'm embarrassed about what I do. And nobody, not Hussy, not nobody, has the right to use what I do for a living and try to embarrass me with it or humiliate me. As I said, any job right now in the world being what it is, everything going on, any job is a good job. You're supporting yourself, you're supporting your loved ones, your family members. If you're doing it and you're getting stuff done, that's a good job. Whether it's a fast food restaurant, whether it's a cam girl, you're getting it done. You're taking care of yourself. Not shameful, Hussy. Not shameful, sir. Dumpster diver, same way. I do that. It hurts nobody. So you can stop over there trying to use that to try to shame me. Not working. I'm 51 years old. I've had a hell of a life. I've gone through a lot of shit, a lot of things I don't even talk about with my viewers because they don't need to know. A lot of dark shit, but I don't put that in people's faces. I focus on what's in front of me, not what happened ages and ages ago. So that's the video I want to make for everybody. I hope you understand why I'm making this. I'm just tired of Hussy putting my name in his mouth and talking down about me and trying to shame me with things that I do in my life that don't hurt anyone, don't affect anyone, trying to paint this dark narrative and smear my name on YouTube, and in essence trying to destroy my audience and take them away from me, because that's really his whole purpose of bringing up anything that he might be considered shocking or shameful. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope everybody has a great day. And I'm going to go back to the foodie content now. Thank you for watching and have a good one.